What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. In the last episode, despite the technical issues that we had, we were able to do a bunch of racer events, most of which you guys didn't see. But then we were able to get closer to unlocking the exotic series, and I apologize for that very deeply. But I also didn't want to go back and go through all those events again, just due to the fact that, well, I want the events to be laid out in this Let's Play so that, like, as we're going through them, uh, we continue to level them up each time. Like, I guess the way to explain it is I wanted to, like, every event that we complete, like, I want to get all of the Super Series events out of the way. I want to get all of those, like the previous tier events, I want to get those out of the way as we unlock them, so that we can steadily work our way towards the next tier of events, so that when we get to those tier of events, those are the only events we can focus on, so it's entertaining for you guys and it feels like we're progressing. So I really apologize that for some reason I just look over at my OBS and it's not recording. Well, it has the recording paused, so I really apologize for that. But in this episode, we're still going to push to unlock the exotic series in the racer side of things, so we're going to just get right into the racer events. We got a hot pursuit up here, and I believe we have a race here. So to calm down a bit, from the cancer that we had going into the freaking these last couple episodes, we're gonna just relax, um, and begin and begin and relax with a very chill event. So yeah, again, guys, I'm really sorry about that. That was definitely my mistake, and I hope, obviously, as I'm growing as a content creator, trying to make sure and learn from your mistakes, right? So I really do hope that you guys can forgive me for that, but I hope I was able to condense and give you guys some extra stuff, so that you guys were able to at least get a taste for what we did. So yeah. So this doesn't go on for too long, we're just going to hop right into the event. I know I usually let them go, but at this point, just let's hop right into the event. I gotta say, I love the color on this Nissan GTR, because in certain light it looks like a bit purpley orange, other lights it looks like completely orange, other times it just looks completely purple, and a lot of the time it also looks black. So it's a callback to the R34 color as well, the one that's very similar to this, if not almost the same paint code exactly. So I really do love that they carried that over, although this car, in my opinion, still doesn't carry the same sort of magic that the R34 does. I do really love the R35 GTRs, and I think that, just like I mentioned in the, actually, well, you guys wouldn't have heard that, but in the previous episode I talked about how, in the not recording part, how the GTR is a car that I've always considered buying as like a first supercar, because yes, they are expensive cars, and I am in no chance ever right now to ever afford a car like this. But I hope in the future, if I end up making enough money through maybe a conventional job, or maybe eventually through YouTube, who knows, to be able to buy one of these as like my first supercar. The other car I was considering that I also talked about in the previous episode was the Mercedes-AMG GTS, the previous generation, because now the new generation was just revealed at Monterey. So I'm talking about technically the current generation of AMG GTS, but obviously it's now, in reality, it's the previous last gen of the AMG GTS, because those cars, although that they've depreciated, in addition to the GTRs, those have also depreciated, but they haven't depreciated so hard to where, like, I think that if you buy them now, I don't think you're going to get that much of a massive depreciation on any of them as you drive them and continue to own them, because they're not, like, super high sought after. They're not, like, they're mass-produced, right? They're more mass-produced than most supercars, and so I definitely think that you can get away with buying one of those idiots and not worrying about that, and not worrying about the depreciation. Besides all the screw-ups we've been having, whether that's driving in the actual game or just recording, I'm really happy with how this has been coming out so far. I'm sorry also for the sort of big lull in, I guess, the the events just due to the fact that it doesn't feel like we're making a ton of progress, because I want to keep these videos pretty concise, right? Around 20 minutes a piece, maybe a bit longer depending on what other content there is. So I apologize if we have felt like we've been stuck in the Super Series for a long time, but I promise you guys that that's why I'm trying to push to get the Exotic Series ready for the racer side of things, as we already unlocked the Speed Enforcement unit for the cop side of things. And across the line, there we go. Sun Satan Supercars, 4 minutes. We are good to go. Got another new car. Let's take a look at what we got here. M6 convertible. Very interesting car. Not my personal choice. It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of how this car looks. So, all right. Got a hot pursuit. Let's take a look. So we got we got even more super events. Holy cow! We got another hot pursuit there. Got another race. What kind of? Let's see. Let's go with this hot pursuit down here. Take a look at what cars we can drive. I really don't want to drive the M6. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really don't want to drive this car. But it looks like we're going to. You know, as I mentioned in the previous episodes, it's really kind of crazy that companies like BMW and Audi were putting V10s in cars like this. So, I find it very interesting because this shouldn't sound like a Gallardo, but it does. We also have plenty of weapons. I actually drove this race a lot as a kid. Now, whether this will translate to my skill and knowing how this event works in this day and age, we have yet to see if that's the case. But the Let's Play Chris will probably find a way to screw me over, so... DBS, nothing too scary. Yeah, It's lovely, man. Gotta love... Why do I open my mouth? Like why do you even open my mouth? Jesus, dude. That was... Let's just keep going. If this guy comes up any closer, we're just gonna spike him. The cop, not the... Actually... Oh, come on! Oh boy, I think we have a record. Yeah, the AMG Black Series cars. Ooh, it's gonna be a bit nice. Ow. God, that was... Oh boy, we got many coppers on our tail, boyos. This is... Oh, I got one of them. Not the one in front of me, but I got one of them. Oh, that guy's gonna drop a spike strip. Yeah, and that guy's screwed. Oh my God, goodbye. Yep, we're all still remaining in the pack. Oh, okay. I guess that works. But fell off the bridge. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright, there's all my spikes. At least I wrecked one of them. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna jam two. I'm just using this because it's a straightaway, and I know this is a straightaway. Just trying to get as far away as possible. Now you can almost match the turbo's boost speed with your regular nitrous if you keep it up after the turbo and you're able to, but for the most part you'll eventually run out, obviously, so you'll keep it only sustained for a limited amount of time. But you can also see there, by the way, we upgraded our turbo in the last episode. You can definitely see the increase in the length of time that we get to use the turbo, because it was much shorter previously, which is why you get Which is why you get so many points initially for doing a perfect turbo, is just due to the fact that imagine that guy ran into that car. How long you would have to keep the turbo going without actually slamming into anything. Alright, we're gonna take the shortcut here on the right. Let's see how fast we can take it, because I usually... Oh, perfect. Wow. Let's have taken that shortcut before. And you can see the... Oh my god, if you looked at the map there, that car behind me, the one in second place, definitely snapped. You could definitely see that. I might zoom in on it. I might have already zoomed in on that in the edit. But yeah. That's what I call the catch-up mechanic. As I've mentioned it so many times, you just haven't been able to see. I really hope I can get to show that to you guys. Not happening today. Of course he's going to try and spike. This is going to suck. Come on, man. Oh, that was so close. And another spike from the heli. Should be good though. Yep, nice, we're good. Wait, how did neither of those cars behind me hit the freaking spike strip that heli set? Oh my goodness, man. I think I got hit. But... Oh, that was a chaotic event. Oh, that was absolute freaking chaos right there. Holy cow. Folks, we finally did it. Finally, we have done it. And we got an equipment upgrade to a level 3 jammer.
Hudson Tech, cutting-edge aftermarket automotive technology. Introducing Barrage, our most powerful jamming device yet. Featuring digital radio frequency memory and a live link to a constantly updated database on speed enforcement frequencies. Trust Barrage for times when you need total discretion.
And a level 30 spike strip.
Hudson Tech, cutting-edge aftermarket automotive technology. Announcing the ultimate upgrade for your shredder technology. MDLS, the multiple device launching system. Double your stopping power. Deploy 2 shredders at once.
And a new car. The F1. Sick. Very sick. Greatest car of all time. Yeah, this car's worth way more than $970,000. But guys, I know that's a weird place to end, but just because we've unlocked the exotic series and there's a ton of cars that are gonna get bios like literally like right after I finish the outro. This episode will be just as long with those bios in as a regular episode would be without those bios in. So, because we finally unlocked the exotic series and I've been pushing to do that, I'm sorry these past couple episodes have been a bit shorter on the event side of things because of, one, my stupidity, but one, also because I just want to unlock the exotic events for the racer side and keep things equal. We're going to end things off there. In the next episode, we're going to finish up the rest of the super events that need to be done for the racer side of things, and then also get into some cop events. We'll start off with cop events, and then we'll start to finish off those super racer series events, and then we'll hopefully in the following episode get into the racer exotic side of things. But without further ado, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials linked in the description below. And with that, guys, I will leave you all to the crazy amount of racer car bios that are going to be in this episode, and I will catch you all in the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out.
The original Super Sports was a limited run 3-liter Created in the 1930s to break performance records, the Continental Supersports, armed with pure energy and adrenaline, is a continuation of Bentley's attitude towards performance and pursuit of new extremes. To create the fastest, most powerful Bentley ever would require a very special type of engine. The result is a 6-liter flex-fuel twin turbocharged W12, producing a staggering 800 newton-meters of torque. Not only is this engine immensely powerful, it is also possible to run it on E85 biofuel. A smoked steel finish features prominently on the detailing of the Supersport's minimalist body. Its bonnet vents, matrix grille, and headlight surrounds all benefit from a technique called physical vapor deposition, which is usually associated with the high-quality finish found on luxury watches. The 4,038 Ford GTs produced between 2005 and 2006 take inspiration from the legendary Ford GT40 that took first, second, and third at the 1966 24 Hours of Le Mans. With no carbon fiber or computerized driving aids, the Ford GT may feel a bit outdated compared to other modern supercars. But like the car it was based on, once you head out onto the track, the numbers do the talking. An all-aluminum 5.4-liter V8 is mid-mounted and sits low in the car's frame. Supercharged to produce 550 bhp at 6,500 rpm, the car can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. Capable of reaching speeds of over 200 miles per hour, the car remains responsive and will slide without ever feeling like it will bite. Although at first glance it may seem to be identical to the Ford GT40, the Ford GT is in fact longer, wider, taller, and structurally very different. The 2006 model year saw 2 limited edition paint schemes added to the Ford GT's palette: tungsten gray with silver stripes, and the distinctive heritage blue and orange heritage livery option. The MP412C is the latest creation from a company with 20 years of car design experience and Formula One success. A bespoke V8 engine was designed from scratch to be more power efficient than any hybrid and able to produce 80% of its torque below 2,000 RPM. Built from lightweight materials and positioned low for optimum handling dynamics, it complements the all-carbon monocell. The V8 is twin turbocharged and will redline at 8,500 RPM. Forget what you think you know about sports cars. Relying on their top-secret simulator to develop engine, aerodynamics, braking, and steering, the engineers were fully able to concentrate on optimizing the 12C's driving experience. Be assured it is a fighter. Successor to the famed Diablo, the Murcielago was first introduced in 2001. In a continuation of Lamborghini's tradition of giving its cars names from the world of bullfighting, the Murcielago was the name of a fighting bull that survived 28 sword strokes in 1879. The LP640 in its name refers to the position and power of its engine longitudinale posteriore, rear longitudinal, and 640 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. Capable of a top speed of 200 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 3.4 seconds, the car defies what is usually expected from cars of this size. The front and rear fascias were restyled along with the side vents, which open to cool the V12 engine when required. A new exhaust system has been shaped into the rear diffuser, and the air intake on the left is enlarged to accommodate the oil cooler. Lamborghini is redefining the future of the supersports car with a unique technology demonstrator. Its name, which means sixth element and refers to the position of carbon on the periodic table, hints at the extensive use of Lamborghini's advanced carbon fiber technology throughout its construction, including parts of the suspension and wheels. With an overall curb weight below 1,000 kilograms, coupled with the same V10 engine that was previously only found in the Gallardo LP574 Superleggera, the Sesto Elemento is capable of a truly staggering 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 2.5 seconds. Every single kilometer in the Sesto Elemento is sheer fascination, due in part to the relentless traction attained by using a permanent all-wheel drive system. Every single line of a Lamborghini has a clear function. The 2 vertical ribs at the front improve stiffness and guide the cooling air directly to the radiator and brakes. The triangle, like the one around the door handle, is a recurring theme that can also be seen on the air outlets in the hood. Surfaces have an outstanding red shimmer thanks to a nanotechnology which adds fine crystals during the final stage of production.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives.